Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Crypto Plebs channel. It's your boy Jumpman Crypto, and today we're going to talk about taking $500 and flipping it to $2,000 in a couple months using three trading strategies that I use all the time, which are going to consist of the buy and hold method, swing trades, and leverage trading. All these different methods come with their own set of risks, so please make sure that you are managing your own risk tolerance and make sure that you understand that I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a regular guy on YouTube with his own opinions that have made people some good money in these last few months. So, guys, if you like my content and you are supporting your boy Jumpman, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and make sure you share your content to all your friends and family. Get the name out there, guys. We're trying to blow up. We're on the path to 2,000. So let's get this started, guys. All right, so the first things first, guys, is the traditional buy and hold method, which is buying Bitcoin or buying your favorite altcoin on every paycheck that you get, bi-weekly or every week, whatever you like to do it. Maybe, hopefully you're buying on red days and not green days. You're not buying Pyth when it's already up 100%, but you're buying your favorite altcoin on the dips that are actually happening right now in the market. This strategy is always, for some people say, it's the most optimal way to do it. I agree, but it just depends on your time frame. If you are looking for maximum gains in short periods of time, this strategy may not be for you. But if you're trying to take a safe, maybe 6 months to a year, maybe 200 to 300% return investment, this strategy is perfect. Look, one of the bad things about crypto is that there's a lot of influencers that are always painting these crazy, make 10,000% return, buy this meme token and you're going to do 100,000x. These are the people that you need to stay away from, guys. Look, at the end of the day, if you're buying just good assets like Celestia, or you're buying Say token or Sonic, or a lot of these other altcoins that I've talked about on my channel, these have a high probability rate of at least doing 200 to 300%. So this will definitely help you get halfway through your journey. So how would you take the $500 and you would invest that if you were just trying to do it with simple investing $500? So I already gave you a few coins right now, but I would honestly try to make sure that I am in the most risk possible. One thing that I see a lot of investors do is that when they have $500 or $600, they buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the best, but Bitcoin is a store of value. If you're trying to retain your money and trying to make sure that you're not, losing any money from going to the downside, Bitcoin is going to be the coin for you for a defensive strategy, guys. But if you're simply trying to make money, you need to be in altcoins and you need to be in things that have the potential to grow up fast and quickly. So you want to be in things that are in low caps and maybe meme tokens. And just remember, guys, when you're selecting these coins, it's better to be in assets that have strong communities like Parcels and great tokens like Miggles and Giga and all these other Coinbase picks that have at least the ability to do a 2 or 3x. So that's always great to make sure that that when we buy these tokens, we have we're trying to get into at least current narratives. Sometimes, like, with meme tokens, they even go through narratives too. So you want to make sure that you have a good community backing, making sure that you're in tokens that are still relevant and still have the potential to pump up. So, like I said, this is going to be your beginner friendly, basic tier of doing things. But the strategy that I think is probably a little bit better would be swing trading. Swing trading is basically, giving yourself, a window time frame anywhere between 30 to maybe 90 days of a hold time, and you're looking to move in capital. Usually when I do swing trades, guys, this is probably my little bit more of a favorable method. I'll move in with maybe a couple thousand, but since we're working with $500, it's basically kind of like almost like the buy and hold method, but our exit time is going to be a lot more quicker. So there's a few tokens that I believe that will be good movers in the short term time frame, would be like Sonic and Say. Those could still be classified as investments, but these are tokens that I don't really feel conviction long term, but they might do something in the short term. So I guess a better example would be Kronos and Pyth token that we actually talked about in the Discord. If you guys remember, we had talked about these tokens a while back. They actually, had really big, massive explosions in the last week or so that you guys would have been able to take advantage of. So those would be perfect examples of swing trades. and then we would take that money and then would actually compound it into another play. So basically what you're doing, guys, is you're taking the money and you're rotating from coin to coin to coin to coin, which is the art of compounding gains. And, this one kind of requires a little bit more mental fortitude, because a lot of times people get mentally married to their bags, which is not a good thing, guys. When you're in these tokens, your mindset should always be get in and get out. A lot of times, newer investors, they get married to their bags, or they feel like they have a connection to their crypto as if it's like a boyfriend or girlfriend. Not a good mentality to have, guys. You want to be able to pivot quickly on swing trades and make sure that you guys are able to make decisions quickly, because if you hold the trade too long and you could write it back down, or actually you could even take a nice little haircut depending on what side of the market we're in. If we have some bad news or something bearish comes out, it's real easy to go down 10 to 20 to even 30% on these altcoins like that in the snap of a finger. So, this strategy is probably my most preferred, but it's not the most effective. And the most effective is going to be leverage trading, guys. Leverage trading is basically taking an X amount of money and you're amplifying the gains with leverage. So let's say we're using $500 in leverage. You can use 5x leverage. If the token goes up 10% with 5x leverage, and the gains are amplified to 50%. So you have a lot more of an opportunity to make more money quickly. But the downside on this is that you have what is called a liquidation mark. So if you're using too much leverage or something happens, say we get a pullback, you're more susceptible to losing all your capital or a higher amount of your money at once. So with this strategy, you're going to have to be a little bit more cautious with your entries. So this is probably more suitable for people that have been in the market for a long time. I think that leverage trading should only be done by people that at least have 8 months to a year of trading experience. Even sometimes people always recommend at least 3 years. So, I think that, look, to be honest with you, if you are swing trading and you feel like you can do that, I think leverage trading might be a better option, because you can actually, instead of putting $500 in an asset, you can actually just do $500 with 2x leverage and probably never get liquidated. So you have the opportunity to almost double your money with a shorter amount of leverage, and you don't even have to hold the asset. So I recommend this only, guys, with people that are, a little bit more seasoned into the markets. And by the way, if you guys are looking for an exchange to trade on, we use PHEMEX here. Great exchange. I've never had any issues with them, but we also have other exchanges that we're partnered up with. The links will be below in the Discord. Not in the Discord, I'm sorry, in the comment section. And you're more than welcome to use these links, guys. But just remember, leverage is a great tool to use, but if you don't have the right risk tolerance and you don't have the right mindset for it, you can lose all your money. So I always recommend that to please, have a game plan, make sure your entries are tight, and you have really the opportunity to, really make some good gains over the next few months. So the title is $500. And how would you make that money into 2K? Okay. What I would do, honestly, right now in this situation is I would probably go on a swing trade right now. I would look for tokens that could 2x quickly. So I'm trying to think, down the pipeline, what would be something that I believe that could 2x quickly. So the first things that come to my mind is going to be Ondo Finance. Ondo Finance is RWA. I think they have a lot of stuff that's coming up in the short term, and I think that this has a potential to maybe do anywhere between a 60 to 100% return in the next 2 months. So if we're able to double that money quickly within 2 months, we're about almost halfway there. So then we just need another quick 2x flip. So then I would begin to move my money into other projects like AVAX. I wouldn't put all of it in there, but I would at least put half. And, I've talked to you guys in plenty of other live streams, and I've said that, in the past, that I believe that AVAX would have this run up around maybe November. So I think that, being able to move from Ondo into AVAX quickly would be a really great idea to compound money. So all you would basically need is two 100% returns, and then we basically got to our destination goal. So, which is really not that hard, guys. So, we could do that, or we could just enter a trade into Ondo Finance at its current price with 3 to 4x leverage. Our liquidation mark would be around 68 cents to 70 cents. Could we go down lower? Yes, we could. Personally, I would wait a little bit longer. Maybe if we dip down to 77 cents or 75, maybe we'd be able to get in a good long and ride that out towards the end of the year. And you definitely would be able to, not 100%, but maybe 95% be able to accomplish that goal within 3 months. Okay, so look, I just wanted to make a quick, short video, guys. Look, I don't want to make these 15, 20-minute long videos because I know sometimes people don't like to watch through all them all real quick. But I just wanted to make a quick video for some people that may be able to find value on making short-term quick flips. I know the market's filled with these type of individuals that are just looking for quick flips. And just remember, guys, look, nothing's guaranteed in this market, but the time to buy is when things are red. There's a lot of tokens out there that we talked about. You just got to do your homework and go back and listen to what I said. I think right now there's a lot of great tokens that I've talked about in this video that are great starters for you to take that money and hopefully make 4 figures in the next couple of months. But all right, guys, just a quick video. Wanted to pump this out to you guys. We'll talk soon. Jumpman Crypto out like a scout. Laters.